global reset. Another 9/11 event is coming, people.
The tracking Hurricane Erin, I guess it's just sort of blowing out into the ocean right now.
It's fizzling, don't you think? It looks like it won't, it'll just continue to fizzle as it moves north.
There is indeed hurricane action today.
There's this huge hurricane right off the coast of New York City.
It is forecast, though, to continue to turn away from land. And we got Hurricane Erin. This is Erin right here. This is Erin. Hey, Weller, look who's here, Mr. Peanut. And a cold front that moved through is really going to help deflect Hurricane Erin. It is forecast to continue, though, as we said, though, to push away from land.
Or they moved it and did 9/11 along with it.
You can see on the edge of your screen here, this is the outer bands here of Hurricane Erin. Looks dangerously close to the U.S. mainland.
A lot of people, you even mentioned it to them, and they say, prove it.
The only effect really it does have is some large sea swells along the beaches. The cold front that moved through the area is going to help kind of deflect Erin, as you see it here, more toward Nova Scotia.
It's moving north. Look for riptides and heavy swells along the northeastern Atlantic coast.
We're going to have just a beautiful day today. It is affecting the U.S., the eastern coastline, in the form of some pretty large seas. Watch the coastal areas if you are planning to hit the beach in the days ahead, because it could be several days that we'll have these dangerous rip currents. Tonight, under clear skies, all will be quiet. We do have a hurricane that's just off the coast.
And you'll see that we got clear skies around much of the country.
Why weren't people given a warning that there's a Hurricane Erin there?
If you look at the Hurricane Erin data, all this talk of climate change, whether it's man-made, whether it's sunspots, whether it's whatever it is, you have to factor in what happened with Hurricane Erin, because that is categorical clear evidence of some type of weather control.
That's another story. What this book is a lot of evidence of what happened. I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend to have all the answers, but I find some very interesting things. This is right outside of New York City on the morning of 9/11. It was even raining at Cape Cod. This hurricane for 4 days straight was going towards New York City. Most unusual to have a hurricane running perpendicular to land.
So, I know everybody knows they rename, they name hurricanes, give them a name, but when have you ever heard of a name being repeated? That doesn't even make sense, does it? So I didn't see this other than here, but what would be the point of renaming a hurricane a second time? And especially the one that was right after 9/11, because, well, we're about to have the second 9/11, right? What is that? It's a timeline split, I believe. Interestingly enough, when we look at Genesis 29:11, right, second 9/11, it says Jacob kissed Rachel and lifted up his voice and wept, right? So God's going to raise his people up as a new starscape as he casts the wicked down, Apollyon and all his worshipers, like it says in Enoch 83, which I'll post that in the description or on the thumbnail pic. I'm going to use both because there's 2 chapters. The other chapter says that because of the sorceries that they have searched out and learned, the earth and those who dwell upon it shall be destroyed. Yeah, God's going to leave a remnant here on earth. The whole heaven's about to fall off. So it's interesting that they would rename the same, a hurricane that we have supposedly right now in the ocean, Erin, the one that, was related to 9/11. For the second 9/11, they're telling us here, it looks like, right, it's a timeline split. All the wicked are getting cast down from the ether, and it's harvest season. So this could be any time now, I believe. Why would they do that? Anyways, I'll link those chapters in the description on the thumbnail and in the description. So get ready, you guys. Something has to happen. This doesn't even make sense. Why? They're telling us second 9/11. Find me another example when they've named a hurricane the same thing twice.